For nearly 30 years, from the early 1990s all the way to 2020, Australia pulled off an economic miracle. It avoided a recession for longer than any other major developed nation in modern history. How did they do it? Many people will point to mining, trade with China, or smart government policy. But there's another, often overlooked hero in this story, and it's not what you'd expect. It's an airline. Today, we're going to explore the surprising story of how Qantas, Australia's national airline, became the secret weapon that helped shield an entire nation's economy from collapse. To understand this, you have to stop thinking of Qantas as just a company that flies planes. It was, and still is, one of the most important economic engines in the country, deeply woven into the fabric of Australian life. It's connected to everything: tourism, international trade, business travel, employment, regional development, and even Australia's global brand. For 3 decades, Qantas acted as a powerful stabilizer for Australia's economy, absorbing shocks that would have sent other countries into a downward spiral. Here's where it gets really interesting. The airline industry is notoriously fragile. When a global crisis hits an oil price spike, a financial meltdown, a pandemic, airlines are usually the first to go down. They are the canary in the coal mine for the global economy. But Qantas was different. It built a financial and operational model so resilient that it became a shock absorber, not just for itself, but for the entire nation. This incredible stability fed directly into Australia's impressive economic growth streak. One of the most significant contributions Qantas made was in employment. During global downturns, it's common to see mass layoffs in the aviation sector, which send shockwaves through the economy. But Qantas managed to keep a large portion of its workforce employed, even when times were tough. Think about the ripple effect. When an airline remains stable, its suppliers stay in business, airports keep running, and the tourism industry keeps its lights on. This stability prevented the sudden spikes in unemployment that often trigger recessions. With a strong job market, people kept spending, and the economy kept humming along. But the real magic was in how Qantas kept Australia connected to the world. Let's face it, Australia is a long way from pretty much everywhere. This geographic isolation can make an economy vulnerable. Without strong, reliable air links, international trade slows down, tourism disappears, and foreign investment dries up. Qantas was the lifeline. It ensured that Australia remained open for business, even when global events made international travel chaotic. This constant flow of business travelers, tourists, and cargo kept money circulating and prevented the economy from becoming insular and fragile. Then there's tourism, a multi-billion-dollar pillar of the Australian economy. For millions of international visitors, their very first taste of Australia is stepping onto a Qantas plane. The airline didn't just fly people there. It actively built the tourism market by expanding routes, maintaining an impeccable safety record, and cultivating a trusted global brand. Qantas made Australia an irresistible destination, while other countries saw their tourism numbers fluctuate wildly with global events. Australia's inflow remained remarkably strong. This constant stream of tourist dollars supported hotels, restaurants, tour operators, and countless small businesses across the country. And let's talk about that safety record. Qantas is consistently ranked as one of the safest airlines in the world. This isn't just great marketing, it's a powerful tool for nation building. This reputation for excellence and reliability enhanced Australia's image on the world stage. A strong national brand attracts foreign investment, builds confidence for business partnerships, and strengthens diplomatic ties. When global investors trust a country's key institutions, like its national airline, they are far more likely to park their money there, fueling economic growth. But Qantas had another ace up its sleeve, something strategically brilliant that created a powerful economic buffer: its loyalty program. The Qantas Frequent Flyer program is more than just a way to earn points. It's a financial juggernaut. It's so massive that it influences the behavior of banks, credit card companies, retailers, insurance firms, and even supermarkets. This program has effectively created a parallel economy, tying millions of Australians into a spending ecosystem that encourages consumption. When people keep spending, economies avoid recessions. Qantas used the stable, predictable cash flow from this loyalty business to weather storms in its core aviation operations, preventing financial shocks from spreading through the wider economy. The airline's impact wasn't just felt in the big cities, either. Qantas played a vital role in connecting regional and remote Australia. It flew to smaller communities that other airlines ignored, keeping them linked to the national economy. This was crucial. When remote areas are connected, their local economies can thrive. Small businesses have access to larger markets, tourism can spread beyond the major hubs, and jobs are created and sustained outside the metropolitan bubble. This regional spending is a massive contributor to the nation's GDP, and Qantas helped maintain that vital economic balance. Internally, Qantas was also making smart moves. While airlines elsewhere were bleeding money, Qantas undertook one of the most ambitious transformation programs in aviation history. It streamlined operations, modernized its fleet for better fuel efficiency, and became a leaner, more financially robust company. This financial discipline meant that, unlike airlines in many other countries, Qantas wasn't constantly knocking on the government's door for bailouts. This saved Australian taxpayers billions and prevented the government from having to divert funds from other essential services, keeping the national budget on a much healthier footing. Think about the major global crises of the last few decades: the 1997 Asian financial crisis, the dot-com bust of 2001, and the catastrophic 2008 global financial meltdown. Each of these events flattened economies around the world. Yet, through it all, Australia stood firm. Qantas's resilience was a key reason why, by continuing to operate, maintaining employment, and sustaining those vital links for trade and tourism, the airline prevented these external shocks from causing a recession at home. It was like an economic immune system. This stability also created something priceless: confidence. When Australian businesses saw their national carrier weathering global storms, they felt more confident about their own prospects. They were more willing to invest, expand, and hire. Business confidence is a self-fulfilling prophecy. When companies believe the economy is strong, their actions make it so. Qantas, as a highly visible barometer of economic health, played a huge role in maintaining that positive outlook. Finally, the airline's strong brand gave Australia more leverage in negotiating international trade and aviation agreements. These deals opened up new flight routes, which in turn spurred bilateral tourism, attracted more international students, and strengthened Australia's position in global markets. Every new route was like a new artery, pumping fresh, economic lifeblood into the country. So, when you look at the full picture, the story of Australia's 30-year economic triumph is inseparable from the story of Qantas. It was more than just an airline. It was a guardian of employment, a conduit for global commerce, a magnet for tourism dollars, and a pillar of national confidence. While mining and government policies certainly played their part, Qantas was the silent stabilizer, the shock absorber that kept the wheels of the economy turning smoothly, year after year, even when the world around it was shaking. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the greatest forces shaping a nation's destiny are the ones working quietly, holding everything together. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden forces that shape our world. See you next time.